Hey you guys, you might remember a couple of months ago I did a video on a Comica wireless microphone. I'm actually using that right now to record this video. It's one I use all the time and it's really fantastic. Interesting enough, Comica has been a great company to work with. They've sent me a bunch of stuff, but to keep true and honest to you guys, what I do is I do a video explaining the product and I let you decide what makes the most sense. Hey guys, it's Sean from Sean's DIY and Reviews. On this channel, I do around the house type of projects as well as reviews of electronic products, just like this microphone. So if this is of interest to you, definitely consider subscribing and let's get into the video. So I actually got another microphone from Comica, but indirectly through a different seller. So I'll link in the description below the information of the person that provided this to me. But here is a Comica CVM-WS50 Model B. The other one I had was Model C, and that's what I'm using currently as I review this. From what I can tell, the biggest difference here is really going to be the tripod stand, and probably most of the rest of it's going to be the same. But let's unbox this, take a look, try it out, let you see how it works. Just like the other one, this one too comes in a handy carrying case, which is really nice material. I'd say it's kind of like denim. You have a little card with QR codes here, telling you a little bit about it, where you can find them on social media. Here you have your user manual, which basically shows you the different ones that are in this series. So it also has a handheld microphone one as well as the lavalier, which is what's in these sets. Warranty card. And then here's your little stand. Over on this side, you have a USB charging cable. You have your lavalier microphone. You have your cord that's TRS to TRRS to allow you to go into the back of the unit. And then on the other side, smartphone connection. This is the TRRS, which is what you'll need for the smartphone. As you can see, the difference here, these are 2, and this is 3. So this is the smartphone side. And then you also have your little wind muff. So as far as I can see, the B model is exactly like C, except for a different handle. As I mentioned, so far these are identical. The one thing I don't like, but hey, I'm okay with it, is you have to unscrew this thing a whole bunch of times to really open this up to the size of where most phones are. It would be nicer if there was some kind of step click process, or some other way to do this faster. But this is pretty much what you have here. I'm going to go ahead and screw the handle on. And there's your setup on a desktop. I will say the tripod model gives you a little more flexibility when it comes to stability here. But the nice thing about this is this has a thread on the bottom that you can put it onto another tripod. So if you want to set this up on another tripod, that's something you definitely can do and get a little bit more height. So using the C model, as I mentioned, I can just press the button in the back and adjust this accordingly to get it to the angle that I want. And as you can tell, both of these are about the same. Like I said, this one that I'm holding in my hand simply doesn't have the ability to adjust it up and down. So if I put it down on a counter like this, it's essentially just straight up and down. That's it. So with a tripod of some sort, you might be able to change that and put it at a different angle. But otherwise, it's definitely fine for holding it, doing vlogging, that type of thing for sure. If you wanted to see my other video, then in the description below, you can see a link to the C model. But I'll go over the things that this does. Right down here on the side, you have your headphone jack, which would allow you to monitor it from the camera. So the cameraman could be holding this away from the speaker a distance away, and they can put in their headphones and listen to and monitor the sound to see how it is. Then up here on the top, you have a little wheel, which allows you to dial in the sound, the volume, and monitor it accordingly. Over here, what we have plugged in is the TRS cable that's coming out of this unit and into the phone in order to record the sound. Then over here is your micro USB charging port. Here you have your power button and you have your channel button. And by pressing it each time, you can change through the various channels. And be mindful, if you're going to use both in any particular situation, which I'm likely to do in the future, you want to make sure that both of these are on the same channel. If they're not, you're not going to get a match. You're not going to get the transmitter to send to the receiver because it's a different channel. The other thing you want to keep in mind is that you don't have both of them. If you're recording an interview or working with someone else, that you don't have both of them on the same channel, or you're getting interference. So my other one I've always left on channel 3, the one I'm recording on now. This one I can set up to any other channel other than 3, or I could always change that one and so on. So I have it on channel 0, it goes from 0 to 5. And then on the receiver side, you plug your lavalier microphone in here and connect the lavalier to yourself. On the back, you have a belt clip. You also have a tripod stand, or you can even put this on a shoe mount. So you can use it that way as well. I usually just belt clip it or throw it in my pocket. It's nice and lightweight. Then over on this side, you also have a micro USB connector to charge the battery on this guy as well. And as I mentioned, you have this clamp here that holds this on. Twist this. These also move flat for storage. So essentially, that's about all there is to talk about on this. As I mentioned, if you're looking for the C model or you want to compare the two, I did a full review of the C model. Other than that, these guys are pretty much identical. The difference is only going to be this handle here. The B model, last time I checked, was a little bit less expensive. It was around $149 versus the C model, which was $169. So it really comes down to whether or not you want the different tripod. So if you're talking about a $20 difference, I don't know that the tripod is going to be worth it, but that's really up to you. I do like this tripod because it can be used as a handle as well, but it also allows you to press this button and move the head around in different angles to get the angle that you want, as opposed to straight up and down. So I like the feel of this one, being more kind of like rubbery here, but feels more like metal. But I do like the versatility that this one provides. What are your thoughts? What would be your deciding factor between going with the C model or the B model? This being the B model, the tripod version being the C model. What would make you choose one over the other? Is this a product that is of interest to you? Because I highly recommend them. I think the sound quality is great, but I think I'll let you make that decision for yourself. So let me know in the comments below what you thought. Check out the other video, and by all means, if you learned something, give this a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing to the channel.